All right, everyone. Kash Patel is talking about how he wants to reform the FBI, and he says that there are basically two methodologies for this. Trying to rebuild trust in the FBI is his apparent priority, and part of that is letting good cops be cops, getting rid of the bad cops, so to speak. That is a gargantuan task, by the way. It would require you to fire probably half of the FBI agents that you're working with, so we'll see what happens. Here's my thoughts, though. I think it goes a little bit deeper than that. On the pragmatic end, of course, the concept is a good one. Hey, we're reforming the FBI. That's great. Am I going to trust the FBI even under the Trump administration? No. The best that you can get with any government bureau is trust but verify. And usually you don't even get that. Usually it's active distrust, applaud them if they do something that's actually good. So, hey, the FBI just took out the local crack shack where a bunch of serial killers were, smoking their brains out. Okay, well, you did a good job. Golf clap. That's great. Wonderful. Other than that, though, I don't believe in trusting any aspect of government. I don't even trust Donald Trump. Again, the best you can get is trust but verify. I trust that he's going to try to do a good job, but I want verification that he's doing a good job. So far, he hasn't let me down, and I don't expect that he will, but that's about as much largesse as I can give to any government figure or agency. For the last couple of years, here's a problem that I've identified. A lot of people in the legacy media, and in the public square, influencers and shit, have talked about trust in government. Well, people don't trust the government anymore. People don't trust the media anymore. People don't trust the pharmaceutical companies anymore. How can we be better and build trust? Don't bother. People shouldn't be trusting your asses. Pharmaceutical companies should not be trusted. Again, the best you can get is trust but verify. Politicians should not be trusted. It does not matter what party they're from. It does not matter what ideology is behind them. You think I'm going to randomly trust some average person that I meet on the street simply because they look similar to me or they happen to be a libertarian or something like that? That doesn't make me trust them. It's like, okay, well, we have something in common. That's a good start. But now I can't just automatically trust you because you say that you voted for the same dude that I voted for. If you wouldn't do it for a random stranger, why would you do it for a random stranger that happens to be in public office? That's the question to ask yourself. So I don't believe in trusting the government. Not in any way, shape, or form. Especially not as a totality, because there's always going to be nets of corruption in there, even under a reformist period like we're in. I do wish Kash Patel well, though. I think he'll be better than the prior administrator of the FBI. I think that he will manage to enact certain reforms. To what degree he's able to reform such a goddamn elephantine system, though, remains to be seen. Again, you're only 10 days into the administration. You'll have to give him more time. But simply firing corrupt or biased, politically biased usually, FBI agents is not going to reform the actual system itself. It's basically like you've got a barrel, and it's full of apples. Some of them are rotten. And you just got rid of some of the rotten apples. Well, the problem is there are still rotten apples in there. Government bureaus operate this way. This is why we should shrink them. If the barrel is smaller, then there are fewer rotten apples probably now, aren't there? Hopefully you can eliminate them, but wishful thinking. Wish into one hand and piss into the other. See which one fills up first. That's basically the way that government bureaus work. Patel, by all accounts, seems an effective individual. I think that will, generally speaking, I expect success. But that's not going to make me trust a government bureau. I don't care who's leading it. It's like with the EPA. I like Lee Zeldin. I really do. Does that mean that I'm going to trust that every decision they make I'm going to agree with? No, certainly not. Does that mean that every decision they make is the right one? No, it does not. This is the way that bureaucracy works. If anything, all of these bureau heads that Trump is incepting should simply axe a bunch of jobs from those bureaus and shrink them. We could carve, I don't know, 50, 100 billion out of the federal budget probably, just by shrinking the bureaus. That would be easy. In addition to Elizabeth Warren's defense spending and anything that Doge identifies as wasteful, Yeah, we could save a $500 billion a year or something like that. It wouldn't be difficult. And people wouldn't even notice the difference except that maybe their taxes go down or the price of goods declines. That's about all. Usually I end the video with that. So Patel, I think he'll be effective, but we've only been in this administration for less than 2 weeks. It will take time. And I think don't get your hopes too high. I have high hopes for the administration, especially with regards to bureaucracy and diplomacy and things like that. But don't get them too high, because it's impossible to perfect a government. The best thing you can do is constrain and retain it as much as possible, get it out of the way, and have it much more streamlined. Thankfully, that appears to be what the current administration is attempting to do. They're doing the right thing. Thank the Lord, finally. The long bus adults are back in charge instead of the short bus adults, you know? There's a big problem there for 4 years. Yeah, that's about all. Peace out.